Alright, welcome everyone. It's me, GamerGuyTV here, and welcome back to another episode of Slime Ranchers. Now, today's gonna be one of those videos where, where I'm pretty much just talking as I'm doing stuff, rather than talking about the game. I'm just gonna be telling some stories. You know, talking to you guys about some of the things that have been on my mind. Good things to do. Plus feeling that it's very so, I say that, and then I forget. Oh, yeah, so I don't think I actually formally made a video about this, but if you guys notice, I've not uploaded as much this year, this summer, as I did last summer. Now, for the 20-something new fans to the channel, you guys wouldn't know because you guys weren't here last summer. But last summer, I did roughly 3 videos a day. Last summer, we were on a 5-game rotation schedule instead of a 4. So, like, for example, I believe this video is going up on a Tuesday. I'm recording it on a Monday, but we're recording it on a Monday, going up on a Tuesday. And why do I even bother mentioning that, you might ask? Well, the reason I'm recording it on Monday is currently my dad is out for a run. I've got the house to myself. I can talk as loud as I want, and I can talk about whatever I want without anyone hearing. So, last summer, my dad was at work. Like, physically at work, which meant I had the house to myself from when I got up around 11:30, 12 o'clock. 11:30 a.m., 12 p.m., I think, yeah. Basically, I would get up at, like, noon every day. I had that time till about 5 p.m. every day to record as many YouTube videos as I wanted. Which meant that I was able to record, like, 3, and I was able to go through a game rotation, like, every... Oh, what was it? It was, like, every 2 days, I would go through a game rotation. Not including weekends. Well, including Sunday. But my point is, because of the COVID stuff, my dad's working from home, which means that he's constantly in the house, he's not running or going to the store or playing tennis or something like that, which means that I've got to carefully select the time when I record a video, so that I've got total, utter privacy, and it's not, like, totally out of control crazy, if you guys know what I mean. Well, no, you wouldn't know what I mean, but basically it's that I have the privacy that I want. But I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but I've even got the stat to prove the amount of videos that I made last July. I made 44 videos in 1 month. That is more than 1 video a day for the entire month of July, and I forget if it's 30 or 31 days in July. Here, let me check. I've got a calendar right next to me. Month, July, 31 days in July. That is significantly more than 1 video a day. Now, why did I do that many with only 30-something subscribers? Well, the real answer is, I just wanted to. Like, that is the real answer. The real answer is I thought it would be fun. So, I went ahead and just did it. But since I've started live streaming and got picked up picked up 20-something subscribers within the past 2.5, maybe 3 months. It has been incredible. Like, live streaming, I never did, and I've got another update on live streaming coming up after this. It's not an announcements video, it'll be in this video. Trust me, I'm not going down that road again. But I didn't realize how fun live streaming was. Because the thing was, like, I've always been, like, I never used to put effort. Well, what's the best way to explain it? Like, 5th grade year. Yeah, in 5th grade, I was getting, like, straight A's in math. And, like, 5th grade, I didn't get a single B in math class. That class was too easy for me. And I did okay in science, did okay in social studies. I did okay in English. I did great in Chinese. Still don't like taking Chinese. At this point, I'm kind of locked in because, you know, I've taken Chinese throughout my 4 years of middle school. And going into high school, I would be starting over if I was taking any other language, so I'm kind of stuck with Chinese for another 4 years, but oh well. Hopefully I'll have some much better teachers than I did the past 4 years. But, like my 7th and 8th grade Chinese teacher, she wasn't bad. She was great. Like, none of us particularly liked the class because of the way it was taught. Essentially, our school put in, like, a learning through stories curriculum for the languages. So, I don't know how it was in Spanish or French, but in Chinese, every week or two, we would start a new story that would introduce some new words and some new concepts. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing. I don't mind that. But what I find kind of amusing is that every 2 weeks, you'll see this just generic routine of, okay, starting with a story, then the class goes over basic words, no homework. We went over, started to learn something. I'm gonna read something. You're gonna have to translate it. It would be like that while we were learning the story, and we would have like a little online learning game. If you guys have ever heard of Kahoot, it's sort of like that. We would have skin kits, or a little bit after that, we would spend a class playing Gimkit and Kahoot to learn the words and Quizlet Live. Then we would have to record ourselves, and that would just repeat over and over again. And every Friday we would have culture class, where we would learn about, like, the culture of China, and we would watch Chinese movies. We'd watch, like, a really horrible Jackie Chan movie that had no plot whatsoever. And the best part was that, this one's really fun. The best part was that we were doing this so that we could learn how to listen to Chinese and understand it. But there were subtitles under the movie. We literally didn't learn anything. We all just looked at the subtitles. Now, we never told the teacher this, but when school went virtual this year, we stopped having culture classes. Well, we didn't really stop having them, but they were less frequent. Because none of the teachers were really sure about how to handle virtual school. So it was quite funny to sort of watch our teachers figure this out. And I happen to have the 8th grade dean as an advisor last year, and as my humanities teacher. And, I was talking with, one of the girls that I went on vacation with a couple weeks ago. I was talking with her about, not this exact discussion, but something similar to it the other day. And we agreed that, like my 7th grade history teacher was super chill. Like, he would be teaching, and then he would just randomly tell us to do something, and he would go into the corner of the room and practice his golf swing for, like, 5 minutes. And that is a good kind of... well, not good, but... there are different kinds of teachers. Like, my 7th grade history teacher was the kind that let you goof off, didn't really care what you did, as long as you got something done. And my 8th grade humanities teacher, in 8th grade, they combined English and history into one double block class. And my 8th grade humanities teacher was one of the teachers that knew how to get things done. And not only did he know how to get things done, but he also knew how to let you have fun at the same time. I was never much for the English history. I've always been a more math and science-y kind of guy. It just runs in the family. My dad works in the IT field, and I don't exactly know what my grandfather did, but I know that technology runs in the family just based off of the amount of technology in each of the houses. And it's an interesting thing, because, like, my dad works in the technology field, and my mom works in the English. I've never really been one for the English grammar stuff. Even this year, I got, like, B's in... There was one test, it was on Philip, and we never got it back. So I know on 2/3 of the test, that combined, I got like a 66. So I'm like, even if I ace the next part, it's not going to be good, but we never got them back, so... and it never counted against our grades, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten like a B+, barely, in like an almost A in winter trimester. But like, my 7th grade history teacher loved having him. The teacher was the thing that made history fun in 7th grade. My 8th grade humanities/history, or humanities teacher, stuff was still pretty fun. Like, it wasn't 7th grade, kind of, you know, sporadically just goof off in class as long as you learn something, and as long as you do okay on the test, you're fine. It was, yeah, we can have fun while learning, type of thing. And all of the students in the middle school are afraid of the 8th grade dean. And he has said that, we've all seen it. And the funny thing is, he's actually a really nice guy, super fun teacher. I tend to be one of the students that, within the first month or two of school, figures out that I can trust my teachers with stuff that's going on in my personal life. Like, the past 2 years in 7th grade. In 7th grade, my great-grandmother passed away, and last year, my great-grandfather passed away. And I was able to go to all of my teachers. They were all extremely sympathetic. They all pretty much said the same thing of, give my condolences to your family, I'm here if you need me, type thing. And that's nice. It's nice to know that not only do your teachers, your teachers know you as a, like, they know your grades, they know you academically, but at some point you have to sort of trust them to get to oratory, which is generally very personal. It's lighthearted at the same time, but it definitely can get very also, the fact that I had the 8th grade dean as an advisor, I tend to do very well with the deans. Like, 5th grade, I had the dean, and again, everybody was afraid of her, but she was very nice. She had a couple rules that none of us liked. Like, our school does this thing called advisory breakfast every Wednesday, and essentially, every Wednesday, a different person on the advisory gets assigned breakfast. And you bring in the advisory, generally as donuts to do it. Generally one you know, we've had people bring in, like, Chick-fil-A. And a bunch of super unnecessary stuff. Like, we had people bring in homemade pancakes, homemade waffles, and homemade crepes. For one day. And, like, in 5th and 6th grade, they've gotten rid of this by now, but in 5th and 6th grade, we had a thing called volleyball. So, basically, in 5th and 6th grade, we had this, like, rotational schedule, where wait, 5th and 6th grade wasn't rotational, sorry. It's been a while. 5th and 6th grade wasn't rotational. Like, in 5th grade, I had language arts, or English, for a double block. 1st and 2nd. Then PE 3rd. Chinese 4th. Science 5th, and math 6th. And then between 6th and 7th, there would be this thing called long hallway, where essentially you got like 10 minutes to get your stuff before left. And 7th and 8th was always like band, study hall. 7th, in 5th grade, 7th was band, 8th was study hall, and they switched in 6th grade. In 6th grade, you had this really awful programming class. Or, it wasn't really awful, but you've never heard of Scratch programming, look it up. It's basic block programming. And, like, that was in 6th grade, I had been on a robotics team that did more advanced stuff that was taught in that class for 2 years, and we did more advanced stuff in the first year we did robotics. And then in 7th grade, we had, like, legitimate programming, which was fun, and I basically ended up teaching the class, because, for those who don't know, I have a lot of programming experience. Well, I don't have a lot, but I have a lot more than kids my age normally do. Let me put it that way. And I essentially ended up teaching that class. Well, I didn't end up teaching it, but the thing that I found so funny was everybody looked at me for help because everybody needed help, and the teacher could only help one person at once. So everybody sort of looked to me, and I think the teacher, at some point the teacher was like, "Stop teaching my class." I'm like, "Sorry, I'm trying to help." So at that point, I backed down. But the funniest thing was the teacher was gonna be out. He was out sick, and he got one of the science. They got one of the science teachers to come in. He was really supposed to be an English teacher, but ended up teaching science because they needed her to fill the position for a year or two. And she basically turned to me and said, "I'm told you're really good at this. You can teach this class. Here are the subnotes." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, I was not expecting that. So, that was really, really funny, but I do remember at the beginning of the video saying that I had some stuff about live streaming that I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to talk about that for a little bit. While we sell these plorts and buy the lab. Essentially, for those who don't know, I use laptops. Like, my parents split a couple of years ago, so once or twice a week I switch houses. Not really switch, but I live with my dad, and I have a room over at my mom's, who lives with her parents and my grandparents. But I got a room over there, and I hang out over there a fair amount. And it makes sense for me to use a laptop so that I don't have to constantly back up my game data to a local hard drive, because games like this don't cloud sync. They were a bit too early for the Epic Games Launcher to support that. But because I use laptops that don't really have, like, a super intensive CPU or GPU, because it's just not what a laptop does. A laptop is more meant for working. And I mean that in, like, the best way possible. Ooh, this looks nice. But there's a thing called a gaming laptop, which is what I've got. The Dell XPS I'm using isn't really a gaming laptop, but it's also not like a work laptop. Like, the work laptops, if you try to run Minecraft on it, will freeze up. Okay, we're gonna have some fun in this room. Woo! Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, we're gonna have some fun with this lab in the next episode. But what I was going for was... Wait, hang on, this is important. A refinery. In order to fabricate gadgets, you need resources in your refinery. Try shooting them. Okay. Okay. What's this thing? Fabricate gadget. Oh. What is a rad? What? This is all so bizarre. But my point basically is, I've got a gaming desktop that my dad and I got like 3 years ago. We built it. And essentially, we were talking about as like a little summer project, trying to boot it back up, update it, see what kind of stuff it had, and speccing it out for an upgrade, so that maybe I can start, because Max Dark Hunter was talking about getting his own YouTube channel when his gaming PC comes. And you're gonna like live stream together, but my computer can't support it. So, the goal is going to be, if we start doing that, to make a computer that can live stream a game like Battlefront. or can live stream this. Or something of the sort. God is luck. Well, this was an eventful episode, so thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a bit longer of a video, but once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.